Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's news leader.
Following a backlash of criticism, President Trump recognized Senator John McCain's service to this country. I'm Laura Podesta. I'll tell you which groups pressured the president to speak out before he did.
And closer to home, if you're suddenly assailed by bright lines and markers on Yellowstone Avenue in Bozeman, don't worry, it's not a prank. It's actually an experiment. Coming up, we'll explain what the new markings are meant to accomplish. 6:30 on this Tuesday. Missy O'Malley is off. Matt Elwell has our forecast. But right now, our top story this half hour. President Trump has ordered the flags atop the White House to once again be flown at half-staff in tribute to the late Senator John McCain. The move came as Mr. Trump was being widely criticized for his muted response to the death of his frequent rival. CBS News' Laura Podesta is in New York with the story.
For almost 2 days, President Trump's only comment on the passing of Senator John McCain was a 2-sentence tweet expressing condolences to his family.
Why won't you say anything about John McCain?
On Monday morning, Mr. Trump ignored reporters' questions about the Arizona Republican, who was often at odds with his administration. For much of the day, flags atop the White House stood at full staff, having been returned to their normal position less than 48 hours after McCain's death. Veterans groups like the American Legion expressed disappointment.
The man was a veteran, a war hero, a prisoner of war, and then to diss him like they did.
The president then ordered the flags to be flown at half-staff until the senator is buried. Last night at a White House dinner for evangelical leaders, Mr. Trump made his first public statement on McCain.
We very much appreciate everything that Senator McCain has done for our country.
On Capitol Hill, lawmakers offered fond remembrances of their colleague.
I would say to the president or anybody in the world, it's time to pause and say this was a great man. He gave everything for us. We owe him nothing less than the respect that he earned.
The formal memorials for Senator McCain will begin tomorrow when his body lies in state at the Arizona State Capitol. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Now, President Trump will not attend the funeral. According to the Associated Press, 2 White House officials say McCain's family had asked before the senator's death that Mr. Trump not attend the service. The administration will instead be represented by Chief of Staff John Kelly, Defense Secretary James Mattis, and National Security Advisor John Bolton. Here in Montana, some of our top political figures paid tribute this weekend to U.S. Senator John McCain, both Democrats and Republicans. McCain, the Republican presidential candidate back in 2008, longtime senator from Arizona, died Saturday from brain cancer. Democratic U.S. Senator Jon Tester said McCain, quote, led by example and was not afraid to buck either party to do what was right. He called McCain a true American hero, said it was an honor to serve with him in the Senate. Montana's Republican Senator Steve Daines and Republican U.S. Senate candidate Matt Rosendale also called McCain an American hero and praised his service to the country. Republican State Attorney General Tim Fox tweeted a picture of himself and McCain and said few Americans had sacrificed and contributed as much as McCain. Also, Democratic congressional candidate Kathleen Williams complimented his independent thinking, military record, and dedication to the country. McCain was a Navy fighter pilot during Vietnam War, spent 5 years as a BOW after being shot down over North Vietnam. Also, Montana Governor Steve Bullock ordered Montana flags to fly at half-staff in honor of Senator McCain. State flags will remain at half-staff until Sunday, September 2nd, the day of McCain's funeral. 6:33 now, Matt. As we've been talking about this morning, a little cooler today, but warmer than it was yesterday.
We're going to see a warming trend for sure starting today. I don't think it's going to be dramatic, but we are going to see these temperatures at least take a run at the 80-degree mark by the end of the week. Most of us dealing with low 40s, upper 30s for morning temperatures. Very mild conditions mainly because we've had a little bit of cloud cover for most of the overnight. Still have some clouds out there. Temperatures will warm into the mid to upper 60s, maybe low 70s for a few areas, but rain has not been something that's showing to be fruitful in our extended forecast. We'll talk more about that and much, much more coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. 6:34 now on this Tuesday. Slowing down traffic in Bozeman with paint. A colorful change in North Yellowstone and Bozeman, temporary while research being done for the long term. MTN's Mallory Peebles shows us how the project works.
Even though it's temporary, drivers can't miss this.
That's the point. Yeah, it's supposed to be eye-catching. That's what makes them effective.
Danny Hess, project assistant with Western Transportation Institute, says it's called a traffic calming project made possible with city and the public's help. It's aimed at slowing down speeders with colorful paint, polka dots, and tires.
So what that does is it narrows up the intersection so that drivers feel less comfortable traveling through at higher speeds.
We're excited to have anything happen that will slow people down, make them aware, that there's kids and pets and people that live here.
Neighbors like Kathy Wilkerson says folks often speed through the street, and data collected confirms it. Earlier this summer, someone was tracked going 48 miles per hour. Although the data showed most drivers were just a bit over the posted 25. More data is being collected now to see how effective this project is and decide if a permanent fix is needed. WTI says that would likely be wider sidewalks at the corner and not stop signs or streetlights.
I wanted to see stop signs on all the, the through streets, but if this works better, I'm all for it.
Whether the change is permanent or temporary, slower speeds are the goal, even after the paint fades away. Reporting from Bozeman, Mallory Peebles, MTN News.
Now, Mallory tells us last year a similar project was done at Tracy and Tamarack, but no permanent action was taken there. Well, it's that time of year again. Kids went back to school in Bozeman yesterday. DN's Emma Hamilton has more on what's going on in the Bozeman School District this year.
The school district looks forward to this time every year.
This is a really great time of year for us. Most all of us that are in education, we're in the education because we love kids and we want to be around kids and help them learn and grow. And so when we have an opportunity to welcome kids back into our schools, it's always really exciting.
Many exciting things happened over the summer within the district to get ready for this school year.
We welcomed a number of new staff members to our district. We probably had 30 to 40 new staff members. Some of those are replacements for folks that retired. Some of them are for teachers that took a leave of absence for a year or whatever. And some of them are, just brand new staff members because we have a growing school district.
A part of hiring new staff, 2 new elementary school principals were also hired. Something new for the district this year is having seat belts on the school buses. Soon, the district will have to start discussing the boundaries for the new high school.
It's a great community discussion. It's not easy when you start talking about school boundaries, but it's an opportunity for our community to get engaged in the discussion and talk about what's important to them and which neighborhoods go to which schools and those sorts of things, and how we determine boundaries to make sure that they're fair and equitable.
In Bozeman, Emma Hamilton, MTN News.
Welcome back to school, youngsters. 6:37 now. Flathead Area Juice Making Company expanding. Some big-name grocery stores begin picking up their product. It's made from Flathead cherries. That's why its creator says it has a special quality to it. MTN's Augusta McDonald has this week's Montana Made.
Montana just has this mystique.
He says it can be found in the products that come from Montana's soil. Gary Snow owns Table Tree Montana, a juice-making business sourcing Flathead area cherries he says make all the difference in creating this blossoming product.
Kind of the perfect storm of climate and soil and growing practices that make for a good fruit, and you got to start with good fruit to have good juice.
Table Tree sold over 50,000 small bottles of their juice last year after moving their Canada business to the Treasure State a couple of years ago. Now the product is growing in popularity. Some franchise grocery stores like Costco plan to pick up more of the large size bottles.
Overall, we'll have more to sell. We're really going for like 3 or 4 times what we did in the big bottles last year because we found there is a good market for those.
Their production is seasonal now, but they plan to branch out into apple or even pear juice that can be produced in the winter months. Near Polson, Augusta McDonald, MTN News.
By the way, this juice is in local-owned grocery stores starting in September. Again, the juice will be sold in several Costco stores statewide. We're going to take a quick break here on Montana This Morning. When we come back, are you making enough at your job? Turns out a lot of people say yes to that. We'll take a closer look. But first, here's a closer look at what's coming up at CBS This Morning.
Good morning ahead, and only on CBS This Morning, former President Jimmy Carter remembers Senator John McCain, what he believes his passing means for bipartisanship. And we'll talk with McCain's former senior advisor, that's Mark Salter. Plus a look at a new effort to try and stop teens from vaping. What's that? How advocates say those popular e-cigarette companies like Juul are targeting your high school student. We'll see you 7 o'clock on the dot.